Man City continued to build their attacks from the sides as United kept their strict man-to-man marking in the midfield. As you can see from this angle, Erik ten Hag was keeping a low block while trying to keep the defensive line as compact as possible. However, since the midfielders were given those strict man-marking responsibilities, Man City were able to create link-up plays around the penalty area, while they outnumbered the opposition on the sides. Notice how most of United's players are just following the ball without marking any specific zone. You can see how Man City were equally distributed horizontally between the midfield and defensive lines of United. Now, after Foden continued his forward run, he was free asking for the ball outside the box, but again City found spaces on the wings and took the advantage from the poor marking of United inside the penalty area. Hello there everyone, it is Mitsu here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we will have an in-depth analysis of the Manchester derby between City and United. From the very first minutes of the match, we noticed that Erik ten Hag gave specific marking roles to his midfielders. Bruno marked Gundogan, Eriksen was playing on De Bruyne, while McTominay covered Bernardo Silva. Erik ten Hag's main aim was to stop Man City from building the attacks on the ground. However, this didn't really work as Pep Guardiola asked his players to concentrate on building up from the sides. So in other words, the marked midfielders were just there, while the team tried to alternate the build-ups from the flanks. This was working perfectly for City as they started creating more offensive threats. De Bruyne moved to the left center midfielder position for some minutes as well, but Erik ten Hag didn't change anything and United kept using the man-marking system for their midfield. As you can see in these examples, whenever City were able to carry the ball forward, United would keep a low block. Erik ten Hag was using this 4-2-3-1 without the ball. He basically wanted to play a defensive game and depend on Rashford's pace to perform such counterattacks after intercepting the ball. Man City reacted calmly to this unexpected marking technique, as Walker moved to play as an inverted fullback, getting the advantage from the huge spaces in the midfield, since United's midfielders are busy marking the other players. Once City progressed their attacks forward and reached the final third, the team performed such link-up plays just like the ones we saw in the first goal.
This video is brought to you by Play by Metrica Sports, the fundamental tool for every coach and analyst. Create and manage all your video analysis in one platform. Use the coupon MITSUGR at the checkout for a 10% discount.
A serious issue for United was the medium pressure that they applied. Basically, they marked all the options in the midfield, yet they gave Ederson all the time in the world to build the attacks. Not only that, but the fullbacks were left unmarked. So it felt like Erik ten Hag covered one area of the pitch, but left the other one completely open. This allowed City to build all their attacks without facing any problems. Ederson was also able to pick any forward runs behind the defensive line of United. Even when Ederson was not the one with the ball, the centre backs were not facing any pressure from United, so they were almost every time able to carry the ball forward as much as they want, then pick a pass to the fullbacks or the wide midfielders on the flanks, complementing the type of play that Guardiola wanted as a counter to United's man-marking system. On the other hand, Man City applied their usual high pressure. With McTominay as a single pivot, United were facing serious problems in getting out with the ball on the ground. If Erik ten Hag wants to play Eriksen with Bruno, I believe Casemiro is the only player that can cover both of them as a single pivot. De Gea's distribution was not bad, however the team was not able to connect the lines. We rarely saw the likes of Rashford or Antony dropping down to receive the ball from the back. Throughout the first half, we saw United struggling to carry the ball out. City even applied some of the classical pressing traps to intercept the ball back. When Rashford dropped down here, 7 players from United were at their own half already, and City performed quick offensive transitions after intercepting the ball. The second goal was scored from a corner after poor positioning from United. Apparently, Eriksen was marking Haaland here. Man City's midfield was clearly better than United's in every aspect of the game. Pep Guardiola was able to keep the ball on the ground and beat the marking if he wanted to, but he decided to continue playing from the wings as it was working. United started to react and applied high pressure for the first time in the game, but that was not very good for them as that meant that they broke their strict man-to-man marking duties, which left De Bruyne enjoying these spaces for the first time. And yes, from the first time, he delivered this through ball to Haaland. Notice the blindside run from Haaland. Although Varane performed 2 scans here and saw him, the movement and the pass delivery were the key behind this goal. Everything started going downhill for United from here, as De Bruyne continued to deliver with those counter-attacks. Notice the movement from Haaland and Foden as they try to stretch the defensive line. Erling Haaland's movement was crucial in this game. Notice how he drops down here to receive the ball to counter the man-marking system. His off-the-ball movement was even more important. As we discussed earlier, the team was building all the attacks from the flanks, which means that he would be out of the play during the build-ups. However, you can see how he is the most active player during those attacks. Notice how he keeps changing his direction, pulling the attention towards him as United were trying to keep their lines compact, which left even more spaces for Grealish and Foden on the wings. As he continues moving towards the penalty area, he allows Foden here to cut inside and ask for the ball inside the box without being marked. Notice the poor marking from United's players inside the box, as everyone is looking at the ball, not their marker. So although Haaland didn't receive the ball at the end, his movement was crucial in this attack. Erik ten Hag had only one type of attacks prepared for this game. The only way United tried to create any danger was through switching the play towards the right hand side, mainly towards Antony as he stays out wide, something that was not working at all during the first half, as even after completing the switch, United were forced to pass backwards due to the lack of options. Sometimes these switches were not even completed, resulting in a quick counter-attack from Man City. The stats of the first half showed the tactical dominance from Man City. After less than 30 minutes, City had 19 touches in United's box, compared to only 4 from United. City obviously had more possession, shots and passes during the first half as well. The second half was tactically disappointing from United. The only thing that was kind of fixed was that they finally scored from their only build-up style, but that was due to Antony's brilliance. The team was lacking forward options around the box after the switch as well. On the other hand, Guardiola started thinking about his next Champions League game and made the necessary substitutions. But the man that had to be marked the most was still free with all his off-the-ball movements. Haaland was able to showcase his tactical sense in where to be positioned and how to get the edge over the opposition. Notice how he changes direction quickly here inside the box to get the ball. The stats even show that no major change happened in the second half. Guardiola continued to tactically dominate Man United.
Finally, I wanted to speak about the Ikono Coaches Academy as they have launched their new digital campus lately, so I recommend that you guys give it a try. Remember that you can sign up for free and enjoy the content when using the code MITSUJR. You can find more details in the description below.
So that was it guys, I hope you have enjoyed the analysis. Let me know if you believe that City can win the Champions League this season in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.